Hi, this is Lisa Wilson, your special ed TOSA, and I'm here to help you create a services calendar which will help you keep track of services that need to be made up, help you schedule around school events that get in the way of services, and also give you something for your aides and substitutes to refer to if they notice a kid is not in the classroom. They can look at the services schedule and find out where the kid actually is. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have a class schedule calendar and put things on there. You don't have to put your whole class schedule, but put things that regularly occur like music, science lab, art classes, and regular homeroom mainstreaming type activities that your whole class is involved in. Then you want to add activities like field trips to your class schedule. Next thing you want to do is create a services calendar, and you'll do this by right-clicking on any of your calendars over here and choose New Calendar and call it Services. Now I have to click this box so that it shows up, and I'm going to start scheduling my speech services. Let's say I have a group of 3 students that goes to speech at 9 o'clock every morning, and I'm going to write speech in there, and then the initials of the students that are in that group. Then I'm going to take off that reminder. I don't have to walk the kids down to the speech room, so I don't want a reminder. But I do want to categorize it. I'm going to give it a color. I've chosen gray for speech. If you've never assigned colors before, then you can click on Categorize in all categories, and then you can click on New and choose your color and type in speech. The next thing you want to do, because this speech group goes every Monday at 9 o'clock, is click the recurrence button, and you're going to do it weekly every Monday, and then I usually just end by the last day of the school year, which in this case would be June 26th. And maybe they have speech at the same time twice a week, so then I can click, let's say they have it Monday and Wednesday. If it's not at the same time every week, have the recurrence weekly for just this one, and then if it's at, say, 10:30 on a different day, you'll have to create a new one for that. Click OK, and now click Save. And you're going to add all of your speech groups, and then you'll do the same for OT, PT, AP, all of your services. If you have to stop what's going on in class and take your kids out to, say, APE, go ahead and set yourself a reminder if that's something that is hard to remember. Okay, now I've got my services schedule all filled out, and I want to overlap it with my regular class schedule, so you click on this little arrow here. And now you can see both your class activities and your services on the same calendar. And I can see here that my 4th grade math mainstreaming is going to interfere with this 5th grade field trip, but I don't have to worry about this student because she's not going on this field trip. However, this speech group has some 5th graders in it, and they're going to miss speech because of this field trip. But if I catch this ahead of time by looking at my calendar on Monday, I can email the speech pathologist and say, can you move some groups around? What's your flexibility here so that my students can have speech that day or that week, and you don't have to worry about makeup some other time. And here you can see I have APE scheduled at the same time as music. So that's not going to work for me. I'm going to have to contact the adaptive PE teacher and ask what other time we can schedule that for. So this is something that would happen at the beginning of the year when people are trying to schedule their services. It's a really easy way to see if it's going to work out or not. And you can sit them down in front of your calendar or share your calendar with them, and they can look at it while they're kind of manipulating their schedule to figure out when's the best time to schedule your students. The same thing is happening here, but this kid that mainstreams for math isn't in this adaptive PE group, so it's not going to be a problem. And those are the things that you're going to have to look at as you're scheduling. Another benefit to having a services calendar is that your aides and substitutes can access this, so if they notice that there's a kid missing from the classroom or the school nurse calls for them and they're not in the classroom, they can look at this schedule and see where the student is if they've been pulled by a service provider. And you don't have to allow them access to your computer. What you can do on a weekly basis is go to File and Print, and then it will give you the option to print it this way on the calendar or as a list. And then I used to print mine this way because then the service provider could come to my clipboard and initial when they pull a student. And if they're missing a service that day, I see that their initials aren't there, and I put it on my task list to schedule makeup for that particular service. If it's also on a clipboard, then your aides and substitute teachers can take a look there for the information instead of on your personal computer. So one last thing to show you is how to share this calendar with your service providers. You just right-click on the calendar and you click on Share, and then you can email it or share it with your service providers. And that's it. Good luck.